Good morning. Very nice. Yes, that's where I slept. It's a good day in Spain. It's a good day on El Camino. Time to leave the campsite. It's good to start the morning not having to regret the choice of campsite. It was the best decision to stop there because here you're next to the road. Very little traffic at night, I guess, but still. And here the fields are not that flat. Just hoping the trail now leaves the main road. I guess I wanted a trail to go to the woods. It's been quite challenging so far. Luckily now it's a little more forgiving. Still it's going up slowly but surely. Especially at the bottom, it was more like the bed of a river than a trail. We're next to the main road again. Today is gonna be tougher than the last couple of days because it's back to being hilly. As you can see, there are loads of hills I need to cross today, and today it's gonna be close to 40 degrees, so it's gonna be a hot day. I was hoping to get to Ponferrada by 2 p.m. and take my long rest there, but I'm starting to doubt my abilities to get there by 2. It's 20 past 11 and already there are no many people on the trail. I think I'm on top of this hill and it seems like one of the biggest hills. And let's see. There was actually quite a bit more to climb, but I hope I'm on top now. Almost there, let's say. Yep, there is another hill immediately. I think now is the last bit. It has to be. It has to be. Here the sun is still strong, but the air is much cooler. I wonder what's the elevation because it did cool down. Last effort before I die. I don't know now. Every time I think I'm on top of a hill, there is another hill. So, but I check at the moment we are at 1500 meters of elevation. That's why the air is cooler. I hate these fucking rocks. Let's see what it says here. It says nothing. Puerto de Fonsebadón, 1504. Let's go down. I'd like to check the map, but I'm scared. Fucking steps. Who had the idea to put steps in a trail? Who was the genius that designed these fucking things? Well, there wasn't much of a descent, and now I think it goes up and down a little bit, and then at the foot of this hill with the tower. So there is a good bit to climb again, then hopefully a long descent. What a joke. It's really nice around here. It's a really nice view. It was well worth it, the climbing. Maybe. No, definitely, yes. It was nice. It is nice. still not going down this road, huh? Because there a media cuesta, I think they say in Spanish, goes like this, da, 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 and then you turn around and there is another fucking hill. What's behind this hill? Another fucking hill. I knew it. Let's see what's the surprise behind this hill. Yeah, it is. I think we need to go up the other hill. Fucking hell, look at this. Pura bajada nomás. I think we're going down. We're going down. Down, down, down. Ana. The toilet paper. I was up there behind. Whoa, boom. Going down, 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 and that's Ponferrada. This bit, they need to create an alternative route on those hills, and there is probably lack of services there, but they should, because the people have to walk this road. It's pretty boring. I can really feel now we are at a much lower elevation because it got really hot. I feel the heat in my face as I go. I think by the time I'm down in Ponferrada, it's gonna be hot as hell. Fucking hell, it's a swamp. They made a little dam in the river, so they have like a giant pool. Ponferrada, I made it. Another 1 or 2 kilometers to the city center. It's 2:08. I said I wanted to be here by 2 o'clock. Very nice. Very nice castle, El Castillo. Time to leave Ponferrada. I spent the whole afternoon here chilling. It's almost 8 p.m. Couple of hours of riding. I hope this is the right way because I haven't seen any arrow in a little bit. Oh yeah, the arrow. Let's follow the arrow. And look at the rabbits. Woo. Someone is gonna camp here. Where are they? Have fun, guys. That's what you should not be doing. Washing yourself in the river with soap that is gonna contaminate the river. Fuck's sake. On the other hand, the two ladies are the first two walkers that embrace the pilgrim spirit, like I would do, like camping in the wild. Ah, motherfucker, I got stung. I got stung by a bee or something like that. It hurts like hell on my neck. holy moly, it hurts. Son of a bitch. It just impacted with my neck and it stung me. It was pretty big. It's one of these big bees. I don't know. Anyway, if I have an anaphylactic shock, I have some stuff I could inject myself, but I don't think so. It just hurt. Oh man, this fucking thing hurts. When I get stung by a bee, it hurts for a couple of minutes and then it's over. This one is more than a couple of minutes and it's not over. And yeah, it starts to bother me. Like now I find even difficult to open my mouth. I got stung by a wild bee 5 or 6 minutes ago. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay, I think I'm starting to feel better. Less pain. It wasn't a bee because I know when I get stung by a bee, it hurts a moment and then that's it. This one was pretty big. Sunset in Castilla y Leon. It's quite boring. Next to the main road and next to a river. Inside a valley. Which means that camping here is a nightmare. I just met a German guy coming from the opposite direction. He told me that the road is gonna be next to the river for a while, and I also checked the map, it's true. But he also told me that at some point they are doing some work and the road is blocked. And he told me that he used Google Maps to find an alternative way, and he went through some bushes and he had like blood coming out of his legs. I don't know what he did. But clearly you never use Google Maps to navigate when you're bike traveling, first of all. Second of all, I wonder how is it possible that there is no trail? So the people walking, what do they do? It's okay to camp next to the river, and I told him everything is gonna be wet tomorrow morning. And he told me, it's okay, I wake up at 5 a.m. I mean, German logic. You can wake up at 4, at 5, at 8, at 2 p.m., who cares? I'm saying everything is gonna be wet. It has nothing to do with the time. Sometimes I don't understand German logic. Making pasta. This is where I slept last night. It was the best spot in this valley because down there it gets really humid, and I was on concrete under a roof. It was quite dry, even though there it's very humid. I would not suggest anyone to camp in a place like this because you can be visible. Nobody could see me from there. They could not see the tent. I was visible only from this side, but during the night the lights light the road and the road goes like this, so it's very unlikely someone could see the tent from there. But yeah, I would not suggest it to camp, and especially here, this area of Spain is super safe, so do not do it. Don't do this at home, basically. Pasta is ready. Last night I couldn't find tomatoes. I find this for €1. Breakfast. So there is a diversion. I don't know what the German dude was doing yesterday, but it's well signposted. So we follow the sign as usual. Always follow the yellow arrow. This has been a very, very long climb for my out of shape standards. I think I climbed more than 7 kilometers. It's a long climb, and it's still not over. Just had a little break, but at least now here is much cooler. On the way up, I don't know, I think I lost like a few liters of sweat. It was so hot and humid. Tough going today, tough morning. I wonder if this is the top. I just left Castilla y Leon. I'm in Galicia. Look at this, Galicia in all its splendor. This is not my definition of a downhill, but whatever, I'll take it. More climbing, I guess. It's hill after hill after hill. Okay, I think I got to the top, the very top. Alto de San Roque. Look at that, another hell of a climb. There were two walls there. Mamma mia. Maybe a bit of descent. The last climb killed me. It was a wall. I did my good deed of the day. I found some prescription glasses of an older lady probably, and I took them to this village, and I wasn't sure what to do with them. I left them on the road on a turn off to the first albergue of the village, but I wasn't feeling good about the thing, and then I went past, I was gonna go past the village, and I ran into a group of women walkers here, and I asked them if they lost prescription glasses, and they told me like there's a woman at one of the albergue that lost them. And I went back at the entrance of the village, took the prescription glasses, went to the albergue in the middle and gave it to the woman. The guys of the albergue gave me a beer. I asked for a radler. That's my good deed for the day. Galician traffic jam. I chilled a few hours on a bench, and now it's time to continue because it's 10 to 7. As soon as I cross in Galicia today, you see a striking difference in the villages that I go through, the little villages here, these mountains, these hills. In the other region, Castilla y Leon, they're all like neat, very touristy. Here is like you go back, I don't know, 20 years in time, and you still see like people living off a few cows, a lot of houses abandoned. Yeah, very, very different. It's that time of the day again that I'm alone on the trail, which is really, really nice.
Oh, but I don't know what to do with these just not through when a person leaves you blue, and that person is you.
I think I need to push the bike here. I'm exhausted. It's very nice, but tough going today. Up and down, up and down. Now it's really time to find a place to camp.